Don't tell anybody. Today I'm gonna give you the secret to hitting 100-mile-an-hour serves. This lesson is right from my new and improved 7-day serve challenge. You can sign up for free, by the way. You can go to 7dayservechallenge.com to sign up for free. You get free 48-hour access to each day. We're starting February 21st, so make sure that you sign up right now, and let's jump into this video. This is one of dozens of awesome tips inside the course. And when you sign up, you also get free personal coaching from me. So make sure you do it right now, and let's jump into this. Let's get right into what's gonna move the needle the most for the majority of players out there watching this video. Now, the kinetic chain, guys, is a real thing. Power does build from the ground up, and we're gonna get to the ground soon, but what we're gonna start with is the upper body, the arm. You've heard of pitchers having million-dollar arms. That is absolutely true. If you've got the right mechanics with your serving motion, with your arm, you can hit massive serves, and that's gonna give you the biggest bang for your buck. If you build up perfectly from the ground in your rhythm and everything in your flow, and then your arm motion isn't right, the whole kinetic chain is gonna break down. The most important thing is to have those awesome fundamentals with your arms. That's what we're gonna focus on. See, if I basically take my legs out of it, but I've got really good arm motion, I can still hit a pretty good serve. And the key is to have a nice whipping motion into the ball. So that's what we're gonna focus on, some drills to give us that nice snap and whip into that. If you can do that well, you can hit big serves even without jumping. And some of you are probably in a stage of your life where you're like, I can't really jump anymore. That's okay, you can still have a massive serve. You can still hit the fence on one bounce. Some of those practice serves I just hit for you, and those were the first serves I hit of the day, were actually bouncing the box and hitting the fence. So it's all about this right here, having a live arm, as Will Hamilton said, and Dr. Mark Kovacs. I totally agree with them, so let's get started. So guys, I'm gonna teach you end run drills at the same time. And I don't care what level player you are, if you do these drills, they're gonna help you. In fact, I've been doing this drill for quite a while, and I actually recently just ran into a video with Patrick Miratoglu. I don't think I say his name right, but he coached Serena, now is Tsitsipas. Basically, he coaches half of the pro tour on the men's and women's side, and he's making a lot of great videos lately. And he had one of his really awesome players. Guy's clearly a top-level junior. He might have been a pro player. He was talking about the importance of getting a nice snap, a nice whip on the ball, and he brought the kid up to the service box here, basically right on top of the net, and had him spiking the ball over the fence. So this is the first thing you're gonna do, and actually I'm gonna go on the other side to do this because I realize I'll be losing these balls in the woods. So make sure you do this in a way where you can basically recover your tennis balls when you go to do this. But the key that we're gonna start out with, and that's why it's important that you don't miss any steps, is you're gonna start out in the secret power source. Very, very important. The secret power source, and then I'm going to steal a great tip from one of my favorite instructors, Jeff Saldenstein. Also, elbowing the enemy. Make sure that the elbow, and remember how I had that drill the other day where I basically placed a little tennis ball right there on my elbow, right there, to get myself in secret power source and to get me into the power L position. So we need to be in the power L position, which is basically making an L with your arm, and then you go into that tilt. That's gonna be important. So again, it's so important to make sure you're watching each and every day so none of these tips I'm giving you are flying over your head, because all these tips have already been given throughout the week. So every day builds on each other. So what I'm doing is, the key to this is to get into a power L position. Make sure I'm elbowing the enemy. Make sure you're gonna pretend someone's coming to attack you, and you're gonna make sure that you hit them, bam, like that. So that is so important, because one of my students, I just had them part of Next Level University where they can send me videos. He was trying this, but he kept his power L on this side, on the hitting side of his body, and then he couldn't really get any power. It's a lot of work, no power. That's why this elbowing the enemy is such a great tip. And notice I'm also in the secret power source, the power L. I get myself in the tilt. Now I'm gonna spike it into the ground here, but I'm not gonna hit over the fence. So I gotta have a little bit of touch, because this is kind of easy for me to do. So I'm coming here, and I basically want to spike it down into the box. This is your first exercise to be able to get that 100-mile-an-hour serve. And what this is doing is really teaching you how to whip, how to snap your wrist, as they say, into the ball. But you're not actually necessarily snapping your wrist, but we're not going to get into all that stuff, but it's going to give you that whipping, snapping feel. Many of you are going to struggle, and you're going to keep hitting your serve long. You're going to keep hitting the ball past the box. This is because a couple of things. Number one is your whipping and snapping rhythm isn't quite as developed as mine, and a lot of you are going to be tossing the ball too low or behind you, so make sure that toss is out in front. You want to toss it out in front, and then basically what you want to do is badoom, like that. What you want to pretend that you've got a basketball and you've got to dunk it right over the rim. You're basically dunking it right down in the rim. That's going to give you that nice feeling of pronation as well. Look at that finish right there. Bata, like there. So secret power source, and get that nice bata motion, and you can really spike it down. You can see that those balls are going right in the box, going super high. If I put a little more energy into it, I'm popping those balls over the fence. And so don't be afraid to bash them over the fence if you've never done it before. Just make sure that you go chase them. I'm not going to do it today because I don't want to hit into the woods, and I feel like I'm on a roll with this video, so we're just going to keep going. So that is your first exercise.